Hi, Solo Sue here. I wanted to give you guys an update. You may recall that I had talked about the COVID cases that were on Carnival Panorama and some concerns I had with the lack of transparency Carnival has been displaying to tell us even how many cases were on that ship, on that sailing, much less subsequent sailings. Anyway, I had mentioned that I have a cruise that is booked before the end of the year, also on Carnival, and I was considering whether or not I wanted to keep that booking. Well, I have an update. It has been taken out of my hands. It was booked for December 6th on Carnival Radiance. And if you're not familiar with Radiance, it used to be Carnival Victory, I believe, and it went into dry dock for a refurbishment. They were adding a number of cabins, they were upgrading the facilities for dining and for the water park and that sort of thing. And apparently that's not going as quickly as planned. They say that the hookup, the problem is the supply chain has been affected by COVID and other challenges. And so it's simply not going to be out of dry dock in time for my cruise. So they sent me an email today. Today apparently was cancellation day for a number of cruises, not just the Radiance. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But it's canceling sailings from November 5th through December 10th. And so, of course, that does impact my sailing. I think mine was probably the last sailing that was going to be impacted, as a matter of fact. Anyway, they say that the progress on the Radiance's transformation continues, but it has had to extend the work period given the supply chain and other challenges created by the global COVID-19 crisis, which is not terribly surprising. And so they are going to be canceled so that the work can be completed, which is understandable. Now they have a choice. They're offering passengers either you can get all your money back, 100% refund, or you can leave the money with them and they will also give you a $300 onboard credit per stateroom. Now the caveats there are you have to book your cruise by December 31st of this year. You have to use that booking funds for your cruise by the end of this year. And the sailing has to be completed, or departing rather, by September 30th, 2023. So that's a pretty long window to be able to fit your cruise in there somewhere. You just have to make up your mind where you want to go and when by the end of this year. So that's pretty straightforward. And that is the option that I chose. So when I booked this, they had a deal going. It was a really good deal. The cruise was inexpensive to begin with, and it came with a $200 onboard credit. So this gives me a $300 onboard credit. So I've basically gained $100 in onboard credit. And so I was, of course, looking into the sale because that sale is still on where they're offering that $200 onboard credit and trying to figure out if I could work something where I could have $500 onboard credit because, somehow I could manage to spend that if I tried hard. So yeah, that's kind of my plan. I haven't figured out exactly where I'm going to go or when. I do have to fit it around the other cruises that I booked, and work, kind of intrudes as well. But other than that, if I can, I'm going to try and do that. But if I can't, I'll still find somewhere to go. And, it's unlikely I will have these funds go to waste. So for the other cruises that were canceled, the other ship was it was actually impacts from Hurricane Ida, and they were going to be going out of New Orleans, which of course has had significant impact. They don't even have power there right now. They certainly can't support cruise ships going in and out of their port at this point, obviously. So the Carnival Glory was going to be departing starting September 5th, which is just around the corner. Today's the 2nd. And obviously that's not going to work for there. They are offering their passengers that were going to be on the Glory, if they want to, go out of Galveston on another ship to see whether, if that would work for them. For those who want to, they'll just transfer that booking over. But there are vaccination requirements for that. And so if you're not vaccinated or you're traveling with someone who is not vaccinated, then that can't be accommodated on the Galveston departure, unfortunately. So contact Carnival and find out what you need to do is my advice to you. They are offering them a similar onboard credit thing, I believe. I thought I saw something in the article where they were talking about, so if you don't want to do, if you just want your money back, it's automatic. It's automatically going to be processed. But they'll probably work with you if you want to contact them and just, or if you have a travel agent who can help you out, that is also a good option. And this is the kind of thing where, working with a good travel agent also makes a big difference, because instead of you being on the phone with Carnival, they can be on the phone for you with Carnival, and hopefully get you something that will work for you in the future. So yeah, if you were booked on either of these ships, I'd love to hear from you. What are you planning on doing? Are you planning on keeping your booking and just, going future cruise credit, or are you actually going to get your money back? I'm just curious, and I'd like to hear what people are thinking as far as that goes. And in the meantime, I guess I'll keep looking and see if I can get some more onboard credit and someplace fun to go. And I'll let you know where that winds up as well. Solo Sue signing off.